Hello and welcome to my Let's Play / stream of Star Trek Online. This is part 15 of my KDF playthrough. I'm going to do my usual fiddling about. And I will pick up the mission from our friend. Where is he? So this is mine enemy. So
Intelligence has decoded the list of Reman targets that you recovered from the vault. I want you to infiltrate one of these targets and determine why OBSEC would attack it. The Hfihan system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The big-eared little money grubbers have reopened the mines and are now doing business with anyone with platinum. You will go to the Hfihan system under the pretense of negotiating a trade deal for the Empire. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why OBSEC and the Remans are targeting these mines, then we will know how to proceed.
Okay, so accept that. So tell me more about the Remans and why would they attack the Romulans?
The Remans are used to dealing with Romulans. Like an abused targ, they now fear all who approach. I had great hopes for the Remans in the days after Shinzon's rebellion and the destruction of Romulus. They threw off their shackles and stood as the Romulans' equals. The High Council even considered an alliance with the Remans, but they were too suspicious and paranoid for much to come of it. It is better this way. The Remans' fear makes them weak.
Okay, so we need to head to the Hfihan system, which is over here. So we have a new ship, which you saw at the end of the last episode, and also we found out about the Remans. Goodbye to 10. And that they're currently having issues with the Romulans. They've taken up refuge inside a former Romulan base, and they've got their hands on tholian radiation, which is a deadly form of radiation which instantly kills. Which, if you watched, is it Nemesis? Yeah, Star Trek Nemesis. It was what Shinzon used to assassinate the Romulan Senate at the start of the film. So we're still using Raptors, and this is the Cuba class. Jug assist class. Everything's been upgraded, and this is the Khmer. I am working on my Klingon pronunciation while I'm doing this, even though I'm a Gorn. Could start speaking Gorn, but no. Yes, everything's been upgraded. All my officers have been updated, so we're just cruising along now. Hopefully we'll get cracking on this. Not far to travel anyway. The Hfihan. Should be able to get some space combat with this ship. Hopefully in this part. If not, definitely get it in the next part. And it looks like we went straight past it. Klingons. What you get with for a Klingon Helms officer. Not exactly bright, are they? Fly around this giant star to Hfihan, and we begin enemy mine. Or mine enemy. Okay. Captain, the Remans were targeting a magnesite mine in this area, but the list we recovered didn't have an exact coordinates. I know we're in the right area, but all the moons in this system are inhabited, and our sensors are affected by the magnesite. We need to contact each moon and try to determine which one the Remans were actually targeting. Yeah, pick up some magnesite.
Melanie Dion and her minions may have sworn fealty to the Klingon Empire, but we did not. Leave for no one. Leave now or be destroyed.
Yeah. How did that turn out for you, sunshine? So for R&D, if you wonder. That's left on the D-pad and it brings up your scanner and you fire it off. It does that. It tells you where it tells you where your missions are, but also where there's some anomalies which you can scan for R&D material.
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Klingons allowed.
These people are rude and insolent. This is a ship of the Klingon Empire. They should speak to us with more respect. They should. I completely agree with you, mate. We are warriors of the Empire. All standard things still got cloaking device. So.
Rule number 7. Keep your ears open.
So before we hound the moon, we get these last piece of material, which is around the other side of the planet. Looks like it's beta tachyon particles. It's a green material. Oh, blue. So we're on the moon.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please, transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know Klingons are fond of their battle parties, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
So we're ready to bring down to on your command, Captain. So we'll go down there with first someone can hear me, so I'll go down there with Frack. So Tartis and Frack. Frack is my chief medical officer. Or in the Klingon, he's a battle medic. Yeah, so they're going to be two anomalies here. They're going to be updating all the Klingon stuff, so hopefully I haven't jumped the gun here. Tetracine gas. What's that? Some more magnesite? No, uranium. Okay, so speak to Margarine, tiny little Margarine.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hfihan. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Of course. I heard that you are an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in this sector?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Do you have any more information about the mines themselves?
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts, and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather have... Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale?
Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
You'll have a... I just have a few questions before we conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Margarine won't answer any questions on why the Remans might be targeting this place for the fear of scaring us away from the possible sale. Perhaps if we ask some of the locals what's going on here, and be able to provide more information. Yeah, you know, your Nauticans don't scare me. I'm gone after all. Now, because we're a tactical officer, there's three different things here. You've got engineer, science and tactical, and as we're a tactical officer we have to do the tactical one, which is these green highlighted things here. Yeah, so this is so with these three different classes. So then not. So this Romulan surveyor here, this is going to be a science officer.
I'm sorry, I really can't talk at the moment. I have to finish a survey of the area so the miners can start work on a new mine shaft.
Is there anything I can help you with?
As much as I'd appreciate someone else to lug around this heavy equipment, it's all very delicate, and I'd only trust a capable scientist to help me.
If I encounter someone who can help, I will send them your way. So that's a scientist. I believe this one over here is a scared off bullied refugee. Just to put, this is a tactical, and over here, if you're an engineering officer, is the engineering one, the drill operator. So we need to speak with this guy here, who's the bullied refugee.
I can't talk to you. I can't talk to anyone. I'm on the run. And if those thugs see me talking to you, then you'll be in danger too.
Sorry. Is there anything I can do to help?
I need someone who's not afraid of a fight. There's a group here that's beating and stealing from us. Madrin doesn't do anything to stop it. For all I know, he's getting a cut of everything they take. They're making life miserable for all of us. Would you be willing to help?
Count me in.
There's a group of bullies that have been stealing from us. If we don't give them what they want, they beat us. I had a friend. All he was trying to do here was feed his family. Be a good man. He had an old bottle of ale. He said it was from the homeworld. One of those thugs wanted it. Now, my friend is dead. I'm too weak to stop them, I know that. And now I have my friend's children to feed in addition to my own. But if someone were to teach them a lesson, this camp would be a better place for all of us.
Continue. Right. So we've got some thugs who are bullying refugees, and we of course are gone, and we aren't going to take any shit from these guys. I don't think we can go that way. There's not some help to bully refugees, but basically it's so we gotta help these guys out. Nothing worse. Nothing worse than bullies. How the hell am I supposed to get here? Must be this way. Yep, it's this way. Okay. That's refugees helped out. Turn to the bloody refugee. I'm a going of honour. No, I don't like people picking on small people, particularly because I'm 6'8", 8'8". I'm a giant angry lizard.
Thank you. Those guys have been giving everyone a lot of trouble. These thugs are part of a larger group that operates deep inside the magnesite mine. They control the lower levels, and no one who goes down there uninvited ever comes back. I don't know what's so important down there that's worth hurting us to protect it. Maybe if you went down there, you could get some answers.
Okay. Gang Violence Task Force So your tactical training has paid off. So if you do it, you can get in a group with a tactical officer and a science officer. You could probably do all three and get the bonus for all three things. It's entirely up to you. Right, we'll return to Margaret.
You want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the last one, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the green invasion of the fairy space?
I'll take that information to heart. Okay, so we're going to go into the mine itself and find out what's going on. Also, put these bullies to task as well, because they're hiding down here. So go and kick some teeth in. Digging for answers.
What do you want?
For you to get out of my way. The forceful way.
Enemy target on sensors. Shield losing power.
Well, we're gone, so we don't really do things smartly. Examine the campsite, see what's going on here. Captain, there is a series of pressure plates located in this area. They're low tech, but the Romulans may have had to resort to outdated security measures because of the interference from the magnesite veins in its cavern. The problem is that the magnesite is making our tricorders almost useless. If there's anything on this moon that the Remans would want to eliminate badly enough to use tholian weapons, it has to be in here. We're going to have to figure out how to use the pressure plates and to reveal whatever the Romulans are trying to hide. I suspect that we need to activate 2 of them to open the door. Okay, and use the hidden door. Easy as pie. As the humans like to say.
I give the orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking...
There is much here you cannot understand, Jack. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander.
The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Aye. Right, let's find out what's going on these consoles, shall we? So, the True Way. Read logs on the True Way activity. Observed from the holo feed on Cardassia Prime. Departer Council petitions Federation to fund the Karen City infrastructure projects. 47 injured in a bombing in the University of Kolat. True Way claims responsibility for the attack. Departer Council passes bill allowing Cardassian government to seize assets of persons convicted of terrorism activity. Chancellor Malan Okanda resigned. Starfleet sending advisors to Cardassia Prime to provide government on insecurity issues. Chancellor Lever introduces resolution calling for Cardassians to apply for Federation membership. Bill stalls in the committee. Ministry of Trade extends agreement with the Ferengi market Cardassian-made transport vessels and freight banks. Borg. Observed from captured holo recordings in the Delta Quadrant. Resistance is futile. Starfleet. Observing the captured holofeed on Earth in Earth's space dock. Captain Sulu has applied for transfer to the front lines of conflict of Klingon conflict. Admiral Quinn under medical care for heart condition. Intercepted Starfleet medical records indicate that his condition is fully treatable and not suitable target for exploitation. 7th Fleet entered neutral zone as part of a routine series of exercises. Franklin Drake heading extended operations in Erta Eldri. Starfleet Command considering new tactics in conflicts with True Way. Starfleet Intelligence concerned with the rise in war profiteering by independent Ferengi and Dotarians. The Klingon Empire. So let's find out what they got on us. Observe Holoid from Qo'noS. Chancellor Jumpok facing increasing challenges from members of the High Council loyal to House of Martok. Alliance between House of Jumpok and House Duras is weak. Situation is highly exploitable. Recommend we seek agents on Qo'noS. Many members of this discombinated House of Talk have been absorbed into House of Duras. KDF leadership angered by High Council's mandate to work more closely with the Klingon intelligence. Vakiri forces in region massing under new leadership. Marian Delane has entered home of Drex, son of Martok. Gorn push for representation on the Klingon on the High Council rejected. That's us. They'll pay for that. Hess. Observed from holofeed of listening post. Hepatitis Gentic is fighting with Hakiv again. Hakiv takes shuttle and leaves the base for 2 days. Long-range sensors mark his progress in neutral zone. 6 miners held for questioning. Chief Medical Officer reports 2 cases of Laderian flu. 6 encrypted messages sent from Colonel Haki's console to the unknown recipient. Recommend that transmissions be investigated further. They wouldn't trust themselves. And Tal Dawa activity. Observed from the live intelligence feed in Republic space, archaeological activity indicates that recent excavations have revealed an unexpected high-value find. Attempts to capture colonists in punitive Moran re-meeting with resistance help from mixed forces. Federation Starbase 234 engaging in defensive training exercises. Long-range social destabilization of the Arconian culture underway. Further activity correlating with temporal anomalies near Azure Nebula. Cloaked assets monitoring construction of listening posts in the Jurat system. And the Republic themselves. Observed from holofeed on Rata 3, increased power used to Royal Palace indicates that lower levels may be in use. Senator Shimek is attempting bribes to exchange for slowly progress in trade agreements. Herodian representatives meet with Sealer. Remans representatives removed from the Senate chamber. Opposition leader Teton assassinated. Free unification proponents arrested. Agents of Sealer meet with Trueway leaders near the Badlands. So let's go and see what's going on in here.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hfihan has his way, we all will.
He's a jackass. I don't even know who he is, but I already know he's a jackass. Okay, let's go and let's release the prisoners. N. Northwest, southeast, and southwest. Alright guys, let's go and speak with the commander. Where is she? Yes.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Why does the Reman Resistance want to destroy this base?
The Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Reman scum will find much more tempting.
Enough of these lies.
Are you sure you want to end things like this?
Yes. What the hell is that? She's not firing out some giant cannon at me. What's in here? Nothing in there, no anomalies. The reason why that was greyed out was because I don't have a high enough ranking maraudering. Well, I'm not sure which one it is on the Klingon side. On the Federation side, it's diplomacy, which comes out and gives you the additional stuff to talk to them with. Some more information here. What have we got here? Access to console. Ensign Crimin is dead. Journal entry 846512. Ensign Reman is dead. Keith ordered him to explore the tunnels. We found organic remains and his fully discharged disruptor was nearby. It looked like he had been melted. I think we should wall off this section of the mine and not disturb the creature down here. 6 people have already died. 5 were miners, the other and therefore expendable, but Reman showed promise. I know that it's time he would have been a fine officer. I asked Colonel Keith to request reinforcements. If he's determined to kill people exploring this mine, let him kill recruits. Journal entry 448532. We were drilling near when we broke through a wall into a chamber that hadn't appeared on our scans. Blasted magnesite. It blocks everything. Sensors, tricorders, and they are all useless. Chamber is large and should be suitable for expansion of the base. There are several spherical orbs in it, and we have yet to determine the nature of these orbs. But Janik thinks that they're pretty. She keeps one in her quarters. I've asked for permission to study. They remind me of the Federation report I read once. I can't remember the details, but it's something about the Janus. A little bit of lore, a little bit of information what's going on in here. So it seems there's some fighting going on within the Tal Shiar, which ultimately is not too surprising. There's a Centurion down there. We'll leave him alone. No, we'll kill everybody. Need to be thorough. Oh, it's a halter. So communicate with the halter. No kill, no kill. This message is buried deep in the floor chamber. Acid sizzles around the edges of the field. I met a halter. I think it was an original series episode. And they were mining. So these pretty eggs are actually halter eggs. So the monster that they're referring to in their logs was a halter. So, door. Yeah, so they like digging, protecting her eggs. That's why she was angry. Oh, cool. Didn't even know that bit was even on there. So.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation, but I have much to do and little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Yeah, about that. They've got Tal records. Let's get the hell out of here. Guys coming too. Come on, quick. You'll make excellent slaves for the Orions. Return to the surface quickly before we get blown up. Nothing worse than getting blown up. Singed gone. Nah. Now all those materials that we scanned earlier, I will be back, which is pretty cool. Let's get some treacherous gas. It's basically as if you reloaded the instant. It's cool when it does that. So let's go and get the there's geranium up here, isn't it? Oh, it's changed into foreign gas. Okay. Let's go and speak with Margarine, find out why he didn't tell us about that base.
What have you done to my mind?
There was an infestation of Tal Shiar spies in there. I just fumigated.
Tal Shiar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Stop with the lies, Margarine. I know you knew who and what was down there.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business.
Do you know anything about what they recently discovered?
Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janet and Hfihan were barely speaking, and I once heard Hfihan mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
Treat those miners well, Margarine, or I'll be back. Margarine doesn't seem to know much, Captain, or at least he's not willing to part with him. What information he knows about being paid. I don't think we can help us, he can help us anymore. We should return to the ship and try our luck in decrypting the files we've recovered from the Tal Shiar. I'm sure that they'll be more useful than Margarine has to say. So return to the ship. So we have to beam to our bridge. So you get to see my bridge. Well, not that bridges are on this game of any interest. So we go to the visit the Starship Bridge. So this is our bridge. My seat. We need to go into the office, into the captain's quarters, and go to this computer here. So please input inquiry. Decipher Tal-Shiar files. So open Fevra. File Fevra. Activities of note of Klingon space. Emperor Kalis has been spotted in Breen space. Chancellor John Bucker's potential adversary in Gerard. How to talk brought before the High Council for combination for combination by House of Martok. Full focus free Batleth tournament has a new champion. That's me. So the House of Talk lost its seat, and the evidence was revealed the House leaders collaborated with the Romulans in an attack on House of Martok. Yeah, we know that because we exposed them. And they got this combination. Acts of treason. Yep. Open file repository. And let's key structure and apply a new thing. So let's select a new file. So Plethora. File Plethora. Notable activities in the United Federation of Planets. Federation embassy established on Defra Prime. Federation Council extends aid to Cardassia Prime and agrees to continue defensive pact. Klingon Federation peace talks disrupted on Regulus 4. Romulan Ambassador Serkef retires to the monastery on Pajem. Cross reference with Klingon intelligence reports. Klingon forces raided the monastery at Pajem and exposed Ambassador Serkef as an Undine infiltrator. So he was so it's exposed. Right, that's the file. So Prudence. So chain of command at Tal-Shiar listening post Hepatis. Commanding officer, Commander Hakeev, officer ID 11. Well, I don't really need executive officer is Commander General because she was killed. Lieutenant Liv Tok is chief medical officer and chief engineering officer is Lieutenant Tarlis. There's no reference to the document. Chain of command at Tal-Shiar listening post. Change to 40 information. Partial number of sequence found in the officer ID numbers and the sum of previous supplemented numbers. Is that one? No effect. There we are. So open file repository, apply the key, and then we do the last one, which is referendum. Notable actions in Romulan Senate. Senate votes to give Emperor C the power to override rulings in imperial courts. Ambassador Jarok visits Andorra. Reman rebels attack transports on Iota Piranus. Senate rectifies new tax on dilithium. Klingon intelligence says there's no record of Ambassador Jarok visiting Andorra. Bridget Vulcan? Yeah, my dates. So, and now we have it here. Secret Reman base detected in the Darara system. Listening post. Hepatitis has detected an increase in subspace communications and ships travelling to and from the Darara system. Analysis of communications and ship traffic reveals patterns of obfuscation normally employed by Reman forces. Tal-Shiar forces then intercepted a ship leaving the Darara system and captured 47 Reman civilians. The passengers and crew were summarily executed under the orders of Colonel O'Keefe, but the captain and the first officer were preserved for questioning. Under interrogation, the captain of the Reman vessel provided a security key that could be used to decipher it's because I'm tired. decipher encrypted communications sent to their system. The decrypted messages prove that there's a base in the area of space being used by the Reman resistance. Recommendations: Tal Shiar ships should be sent to the Dera system immediately to capture this base and its inhabitants. Tal Shiar are planning to attack a Reman base. We need to get this information to Temek on the Great Hall on Qo'noS immediately. I'll do it from here.
Obisek is justified in his anger. The Tal Shiar records you recovered from their listening post indicate that they have been tormenting the Remans for months. Their bases have been attacked, their ships destroyed, and their families killed or imprisoned. There is no more honorable reason to pick up a blade than to defend your home and family. However, Obisek was willing to use tholian weapons to destroy a handful of Tal Shiar operatives. Using a hammer to swat a globfly is not the warrior's way. It is madness.
I'm choosing the ward. I don't want phasers. We'll do.
Congratulations, Captain.
So the mines on the Hfihan system are ripe for conquest.
It is good that you look at the world with a conqueror's eye. There is much there that would be of use to us. Plentiful resources, a ready workforce, a place to prepare our ships to strike at Sealer's forces. I will take your proposal to the High Council. If they agree, perhaps you will have the honor of leading the invasion force.
Okay, so the next mission we do is, now as you can see, was frozen, so we have to do that in the next part. So thank you very much for watching, and that's the end of part 15. I shall see you in part 16, which it will be frozen. And live long and prosper, and Qopla.